Hey everybody, it's Super Dad 2. I'm here with M Apollo. Say hey, M Apollo.
Hey guys.
All right, check this out. Today we are going to be reviewing one of my most anticipated toy lines, the one I've been most excited for. And it's funny because we're just starting out 2023, and this is by AXY or Axy Toys, whatever you want to call it. This is the first in their line. Now, interestingly enough, I got two of these. They come in two assortments. I know you're seeing the orange there, but I got the green. So we're gonna be opening this up in a minute. Just wanted to give you a chance to take a look at the packaging. It's nice, goes all the way around, and I gotta tell you, this one, because of the holographic cover, I'm going to be saving. And not just because of that holographic cover, but the window box. I mean, it's beautiful inside. It gives you an introduction. It says introduction to the world view. It's beautifully packaged. I just hope it's as much of a pleasant surprise looking at the box, the window case, as it will be when we get this thing open. This is the first in a line of 6. So we're gonna be taking a look at this and hope you enjoy. All right, so here we've got the open figure. As you can see, he's got a tail that you can attach. He's got like a funky necklace, extra pair of hands. He's got a couple of bone swords, and he's got a bunch of the plastic bag. There are a bunch of thorns you can like put throughout his costume and whatnot. He's pretty cool. And take a once around with him just so you can kind of see how he looks. And he's pretty good. Nice tall figure. You know, we'll take measurements and tell you exactly how tall he is as we continue with this. But I am liking this figure. So far, he's really living up to expectations. So here we have it, where we've got our dinosaur warrior all decked out. We've got his thorns all in his arms licked out. You see his jaw is articulated, and we've set him up and put his tail on. This is an incredible figure. He's incredible looking, but we're gonna see how he does when it comes to his articulation. I am totally stoked. What do you think, M Apollo?
I really like the design of this figure, man. I mean, I think they did a good thing with just making it a regular dinosaur head on a humanoid body. It's not, it's not artistic, it's not anything, it's just very 1970s movie kind of vibe. You know?
Like you were saying, like the Planet of the Apes almost,
Similar,
but for lizards.
Yeah, exactly.
So here's our boy with his weapon. Now I should mention, these come in 2 different types. This is the recruit, and I guess it's the recruit because his horns are more or less up, and he comes with a certain weapon there. There's that kind of a axe club with a spike out of it. This guy looks really good, but we go from him to what's called the veteran. And the veteran has a hammer, which is pretty cool too. He's got a slight variation in the accessories on his armor. His horns point down a tad, but both of them together, man, they really make a deadly combo that packs quite a wallop. So both of them together. And I got them green. I didn't get them orange, as I mentioned before. I got the orange ones coming. But there's enough variation between the two of them. It works out. What do you think, M Apollo?
Yeah, man, like I said before, it's all in the design for me. They could have easily gone with something more cartoony, having some more animated lizard face on it or whatever. But they said no, they just stuck a dinosaur head on a humanoid body, and I love that.
Well, that's what being anamorphic is. Is that what it's called?
Anthropomorphic, yeah.
There it is. That's what I was trying to say. So the figures stand at about a solid 8 inches. And as you can see on this Conan customed figure that was made from a customized head and a He-Man body, or Masters of the Universe body, it stands up pretty well. It's a nice, good, hunky, chunky figure that could really, really, really take on a figure like Conan the Barbarian. M Apollo?
Oh yeah, like I said, this guy, man, he could fit in a fantasy landscape, but because of his, realistic head, I guess, he could fit in a sci-fi thing. He's really cool.
Yeah, I think he looks good. But if you want to, pull off a bigger figure against an opponent. You can always go for that Mezco 1/12 scale figure, that Conan, and makes it a little more formidable. I really like these figures. Whether you're going to play them bigger or smaller, they are awesome. So you've got your veteran and your recruit. We'll use one of these guys to show you some of the articulation that comes with them.
I know they marketed them as two separate things, and they are different, but I feel like the different names don't merit that, you know, like there's not enough differences between them to merit two entirely separate figures, because they're really not. They're the same base body besides the horns and then a couple extra spikes or, you know, bones, whatever, here and there.
Well, keep in mind, at $90 a figure, it's kind of tough to get into the idea that you're going to army build something like this.
Right,
So
which is what I'm saying. They could have added, I don't know, an accessory pack or something.
But I guess I appreciate the idea of just not having to buy the exact same figure again. I'm going to get the two orange ones, and then they've got the two commanders again in separate colors. I do dig these figures.
I really like the hammer. I'll tell you what, I like the hammer way more than I like the axe. It's got that Mesoamerican design to it.
It does. It actually does. So let's take a look at the articulation of these figures. So when looking at the Dinosaur battlefield, the Carnotasaur green, it's a great figure, but I will say this. Some of the joints, as we look at it here, they are great. I mean, you got your bicep swivels, kind of almost a Marvel Legends type articulation here. With the jaw hinging, the hinge jaw, that's great. But they do feel a little loose. They stay fine, but I'm imagining after some wear and play, they're going to get a little looser. You do have that ab crunch, which is great. The head movement back is slight, down is slight. You're going to need the ab crunch to actually make that figure do what you need it to do. You've got single joints in the legs. But again, it's almost that Marvel Legends feel. When we look up in the crotch, it's the same type. It's got the ball joint, the knee again single, and then you've got the ankle movement. There's some slight rocker, but not very much. So you're going to get some limitations on what you can do because of the armor. And I will tell you guys, when you're putting this thing together, be careful, because all these spikes and everything else, as you put them in, wow, they really smart. They are sharp. You are not kidding with these things. So when you look at all of these, because you have to put all these in yourself, man, they are some sharp, sharp spikes. So be careful, because I got myself a few times just putting these things in. They're rough. But anyway, that about does it. I want to thank everybody for joining us for this. This is one of my favorite and most anticipated lines. I will say there's some movement to the tail, not very much. It doesn't move back and forth, but what it does do, it plays a great part in giving the figure balance when you're going to stand it in multiple different types of poses. All right, I think that's going to do it. Apollo, anything else you wanted to say about this figure?
It's really cool. It's really cool.
Yeah, and I can tell you this. These figures are going to get a lot of play and poses. I'll tell you, I think you're going to use them for some Star Wars scenes, right, Apollo?
I might. I think so. I probably will.
Wow. I'm just saying, growing the Dino line, I'm looking forward to it. I hope this line continues on throughout the year. I'm going to get as much of it as I can. Oh, it looks like they're the surviving, they're going to be the surviving figures. All right, everybody. This is Super Dad 2 signing out.
All right. See you guys.
Bye.